liquid gold. One more time. Well, hello everybody. Game time Brian, otherwise known as the mailman. Yes, the mailman is in the house, in the studio, getting work done. How is everybody doing today? We talked today, 64 days away from the NFL draft. All the coaches have done their interviews. Um, Everything looks good on paper. As far as where guys are in their injuries, we know Trayvon Diggs is going to miss training camp, is going to be hard pressed to start week one. Microfracture surgery. Deron Bland, coming off a season where he missed all the whole year. He was never 100%. You got Jordan Lewis without contract is vital to bring back. If not him, then you better go and get a Jair Alexander, like I stated. You need somebody other than a rookie to be able to come in here and help day one. You need somebody day one because of the Trayvon Diggs. And no, you cannot get out of the Trayvon Diggs contract year one. You cannot. It's untradeable. It's uncuttable. You cannot. So anybody that keeps saying Trayvon Diggs, not going to happen. So to me, that's one of the most vital areas. We had Kalen Carson struggled in Mike Zimmer's scheme last year. The human seatbelt, the human. I don't know what to do. It looked like he was thinking a lot out there. He's a good player, but has not showed it at the pro level. So we cannot look at him just like a Sam Williams. We cannot look at Sam Williams and go, we expect this, this, and this. You hope, and that's what it is. You hope in one hand and you go to the bathroom in the other. You know what I mean? I don't know. So we have a lot to do, starting with Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons' deal. But we got some good news here. We did get some good news. We got the NFL salary cap. Okay. The estimated range. Now, I said low case. I think I said early, like a couple months ago, anywhere from 15 to like $22 million is what they were saying. So I went with the low ball. I said, well, there's going to be 15 more million on the cap. So that's what, you know, that's what we were expecting. At a minimum, it's going up 22.1. Yes, it's going up $22.1 million leap forward from 255.4 to, let's see here, 255.4 in 2024. At its largest, it's a 26.1. So yeah, it's anywhere from 22.1 to 26.1. Let's say we cut the difference. Let's say it's 24 million. Let's just say $24 million. Well, and a lot of times you go on these overthecap.coms, you say, well, why is Dallas in the negative right now? Well, you got to realize they've already taken out the dead money of this upcoming year. So that's why. They've already taken out the dead money and accounted for that. Okay. You'll say, wow, the Eagles are ahead of Dallas. Yes. But when it comes to actual triggers and being able to move contracts around, there's two triggers. One in Dax, a contract that you flip March, I don't know, March, the league year, March 10th, March 12th, March 13th, whatever the new league year is, maybe 5 days after the league year opens. That'll give you over $37 million worth of money. Here's the difference, okay? Dallas did their contract with Dak different than, let's say, the Eagles did with Jalen, where Jalen is just a number every year forever, whereas Dallas can get out of their deal a lot earlier if they wanted to. It seems to have worked out for the Eagles. So, again, Jalen's going to be counting $97 million in 2029 against the cap. Now it's a void year, so hopefully he's still with the team. If not, they're going to have to pony up, and just his dead money alone would be $97 million. Odds are before that they'll redo the deal, push it out even further. It could eventually blow up on our face and all the teams' face because you think that it's going to be a never-ending supply of money, but in reality, streaming is what it is. There's nothing different on the horizon other than different channels being able to uh, yeah, like different apps and HBO and Fox and ESPN and Netflix being able to be in on the bidding process. But at the end of the day, I think what's going to happen is all these apps are going to increase in price. Once they got you, the bundles go up. Once the NFL's involved, well, that Netflix package is now going to, let's say Netflix has let's say Netflix takes over for Fox. Sorry, George DC for life. You'll be working for Netflix if that's the case, probably. But regardless, um, let's say that happened, right? Let's say that happened. Um, then I can't imagine that the revenue streams are going to continue to go up, up, up. Maybe that's why they're talking about expanding into markets outside the United States. That's probably what it's. I mean, I would imagine that's where it's going. So let's just say that the salary cap is 24 million higher. Again, you go on overthecop.com. Dallas is like $2 million, but you have to understand they're already projecting. Dallas rolled over that money from last year, and they have it. So again, Eagles won a Super Bowl this year with over $60 million in dead money, where Dallas had 20. Okay, that's a whole philosophy thing. Um, you're pushing them like the good teams know when they have a good enough product to win it all. That's what they do. It's the teams like Dallas, not that they're not good, but team like Dallas who are pushing money forward on bad contracts because it only comes back to get you. And just like I do not want to see them use the franchise tag on Osa Odigizua. So, I mean, just looking at the salary caps, right, for in 2025. Just looking at teams like the Eagles. Eagles are right now effective cap space. They have about 17 million. Okay. Dead money already. They have $50 million, 50.86 million. Effective cap spending about $215,000. That's I guess that's what they're saying outside of the dead money. Dallas has 275 million. It's all bookkeeping. Dallas will have a lot of cap money. But right now it's only saying $1.7 million in effective cap space right now. But again, certain things are going to happen with contracts that are going to make things explode. Again, effective cap space all along the board isn't very much. Just look at it. So it's just look at the dead money. Okay, look at the dead money. The Browns are at 51.5. Cowboys are at 20.7 for this upcoming year. Buccaneers are at 32.1. Eagles are at 50.8 million. It's down from 62 last year. Actually, right now the Eagles are the highest in the league in dead money. Now you say, "Well, we won a Super Bowl. That's good." Well, again, that dead money means mistakes. You can say whatever you want, and the fact that Bryce Huff was inactive for the Super Bowl, that's a major mistake. Now they were able to overcome it. If you're honest with yourself, you dodged a bullet there. Howie got luck. Sometimes it takes luck. Sometimes that's exactly what it takes. But when this is all said and done, at the very least, you're gonna save 37.2 on the cap for Dallas for Dak and another 30 million. I think it's a 27.5. So instantly you're going to have about $60 million in cap space without doing anything. Without doing anything other than flipping switches that are designed to be flipped. The players know that they're going to be flipped. Why they just don't, I don't know why they do that instead of just doing what the Eagles did and just do the contract a certain way. I guess it's for flexibility. maybe they caught lightning in a bottle when they signed Dak going into last year and they won a Super Bowl, or maybe Dak he suffered a catastrophic injury. Maybe they wouldn't flip it; they would just suck it up. Oh, he did suffer an injury. It's only a hamstring. I know it's off the bone, but I think it's a little bit over. It's people are being a little over dramatic. You saw Tyron Smith come back and play the same year. I mean, it was more the timing of it, and Dak is a hard worker, so let's see. But if you take those two contracts and just keep in your mind $62 million between CD and Dak with what they have on the cap now, that'll be $62 million under the cap. You have to decide what you want to do. You heard the new offensive line coach out of Kansas State, who coached Cooper Beebe, who was already talking about Cooper Beebe's flexibility, which might lend you to believe they're going to have a competition between Brock Hoffman, who they have to resign, who shouldn't be hard to resign because he's not a starter. He has just enough tape. The fact that Cooper Beebe is a better right guard than he is a center, and he was remarkably well as a rookie last year, rated higher than all but two players in his class for offensive linemen last year. So again, that's a good sign for Cooper Beebe. But the fact that he can go to guard and be even better, if you can get away with putting Brock Hoffman at center, who he's played at before and is a nasty guy, that's probably what you want. And then that gives you unbelievable flexibility. That doesn't stop you from going out and drafting a guard later in the draft, not in the first round. This is where I see all these so-called experts on TV saying, oh, well, we got to have an offensive lineman at number 12. You got to build from the trenches. Yeah, I understand that. But you don't have to build from the trenches. Gotta fix this thing. It's pissing me off. You don't have to build from the trenches and use a first round pick. The great offensive lines, other than if you're top 5 picking, like a Lane Johnson or Penei Sewell, it goes back. I mean, other than that, you kind of have to get lucky, and the good teams know how to coach them up. The Cowboys in the 90s knew how to coach them up. Mark Tuinei, defensive tackle. Mark Stepnoski, Nate Newton, cut from the then Redskins. Kevin Gogan, and also ran. I mean, it goes on and on. Coach them up. Do what they do in Philly. Okay? They don't draft. You think Jason Kelsey was a first-round draft pick? No, he was not. Lane Johnson was the number 2 overall pick. Okay, fine. And they got lucky because the Chiefs took the wrong offensive lineman, which left Lane Johnson to you, I believe. Put in the comments. I think it was number 2 overall. But look up and down their line. Other than Penei Sewell on Detroit, they're not all first-round picks. Arguably one of the best tackles in the league, left tackles in the league, Jordan Mailata. Look him up. Look and see where he was drafted. He was a project. Again, Larry Allen, Sonoma State. Coach him up. Stop talking about we need to get this guy at number 12. No, you don't. You don't have to get anybody at number 12. I'm not going to name names. You see. You watch them. These guys I respect greatly. We talk about, hey, we learned stop window dressing your draft board, Brian Broaddus, from you, the Super Bowl winning GM of the Green Bay Packers, an awesome GM for the Philadelphia Eagles, who made unbelievable decisions regarding Jeremiah Trotter and the Florida State lineman. I can't think of his name, but I can't think of his name. But anyway, they were told, Brian Broaddus was told, you can't draft Randy Moss, so he went and got an offensive lineman who was unbelievable. Put it in the comments. I can't think right now. But Brian, you sing your praises. I really do. Voch Lombardi, YouTuber, love you, but you don't hit 100%, nowhere near. Nobody does. And, again, evaluate the guys and draft them. Stop reaching for a position because you want to build within the trenches. You have to find guys outside of the first round. You have to. That's your job, is to find guys outside of the first round. Salary cap is real, But Dallas Cowboys act like they're broke. This video is to say, the very least, you're going to have 62 if you've done nothing else. But if you wanted to post June 1st cut, let's just look to 2025, who would possibly a Terrence Steele. You want to save another 14 million? If you wanted to do it, I don't think they're doing it, but if you wanted to, boom, everybody is hammering Terrence Steele. There you go, with only a $4 million dead cap. Okay, Donovan Wilson, you'd save $7 million. I don't know what this defense thinks of Donovan Wilson. They may not, that's a very, I don't know. He played better at times, but very up and down season last year. Malik Hooker, I've been very critical of Malik Hooker. I don't think he's a bad player, but he's just not a great player. If you cut him, you don't have to do it before the draft. Okay? You can do it after the draft. You would still have some flexibility. Or you can do it before the draft. You got Xavier Watts you can get in the second round. You got Makuba out of Texas, who everybody likes. There are safeties out there. I think that's an instant upgrade over Malik Hooker. And you're saving $5 million, $5.7 million. Tyler Smith, his cap number this year for Tyler Smith is 4.2. Okay, you're going to re-sign him, in my opinion. You don't have to this year. His contract is low. But I'd like to re-sign the guy. That may cost you a couple of million on the cap. But it is what it is. Let's see. Let's go down. Damone Clark. Okay, if you cut him post June 1, you save $3.325 million. Done. Damone didn't even play. That's going to happen. If you do pre-June 1, let's see what happens. Yeah, it's the same thing. Damone Clark is gone, people. So that's $62 million. Yeah, after the two flips, switches, Damone Clark, that's 3.3. So you figure 62. 0.0, 3.3. Okay. Let's go down. Let's say that they're going to get rid of Malik Hooker. Okay. Malik Hooker, you save 5.7. Let's say they keep Donovan Wilson. Okay. Let's say they keep him. If they got rid of him, that's an extra $7 million. For now, we'll put him down. Wilson. I'm just spitballing here. Let's go. Matt, well, let's go. I don't think they're doing nothing with. Just looking for anything and everything here. I don't think you're going to find much down here. Yeah, now obviously the Zach Martin deal, it's a void year, okay? So if you cut him, right now Zach Martin's cap number is $10.6 million. Okay? He's not coming back to the Cowboys. He can't say, you know what, guys, I want to come back. That's not happening. That's not happening. $10.6 million. Okay. Dead money, who cares? The cap savings, you could cut 1.2 million off of that. Okay. So add 1.2. Because that's happening. They're going to deem him a post-June 1 cut. They can always bring him back after that. But he's going to go play. You're hearing Cincinnati. You're hearing rumblings. He wants to go. If he plays, he's not going to be with Dallas. I don't think it should be. Good luck, Zach Martin, first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't know if it was the injury. He'll probably play at a high level. But, again, unless he's going to restructure a deal and go another 2-3 years, but are the Cowboys willing to do that? I don't know. I think he's what, 32, 33? So, Martin. Okay, so if you just do that, you got 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 77. You're at $79 million. And that's without, how much does Micah Parsons count against the cap? His cap number is $24 million. If you sign him to a long-term deal, if you sign Micah Parsons to a long-term deal, you're going to drop that first year to like $7 million. You're going to drop it to like $7 million. So he's going to cost little to nothing. So let's say $7 million, 24, another $17 million. 79 and 17. See, 98, 79, so 80, 97, $96 million. $96 million, people. $96 million. $96 million, and that is just flip switches on Dak and CD. You're cutting Damone Clark, who didn't get on the field. Malik Hooker, you can easily replace. Donovan Wilson and Zach Martin was already a done deal. That's without doing any, and that's with the Micah new contract, okay? Now, $96 million, anybody that you re-sign, like let's say, like Deron Bland, his cap number is 5.2. They're not doing nothing with him. But they're not doing. They could restructure Trayvon Diggs' deal. He's making 13.8. I would not do that because of the nature of his injury. Again, if you cut Terrence Steele, you save another $14 million. Hear me out. Hear me out. We're at $96 million. If you want to cut Terrence Steele because the new offensive line coach knows he can move Cooper Beebe to guard, you have Asim Richards, you have Tyler Guyton, you go out in free agency and get you a tackle, and you draft a guard. Now, we have guys that are on our roster that were injured last year that could step up and compete. But we're at $96 million. Even if you kept Donovan Wilson on the team, so you're minus 7. You're at $89 million, right? You're at $89 million, and you cut Terrence Steele. You save $14 million. 99, 100, 101, 102, $103 million. The Cowboys would have $103 million, $102, $103 million. That's what we're talking about, people. We're not even doing a lot of hard work. We're not doing like restructures. That's not counting any of that. All that is Dak and CD switch, which is going to happen. You're cutting Damone Clark already. Didn't play last year. You're keeping Donovan Wilson, which I'm thinking you get rid of, but you're keeping him. Malik Hooker, we're going young, baby. Makuba, welcome to the Cowboys. Zach Martin, done deal. That's it. Micah restructure saves a lot of money. And if you cut Terrence Steele, over $100 million. Easy, done. The excuses are over, Jerry Jones. The excuses are over. There's no reason. I'm tired of seeing Cowboy fans inbox me about we don't have money. Stop it. You are listening. You are a sheep listening to the organization. It makes no sense to me why you're doing it. None at all. It's ridiculous. But anyway, that's me. That's my video. Hold them accountable. They have money. They'll have money. They just stop it. Stop it. It's ridiculous that we keep having this conversation. All right, that's it from me. I got a few more videos to do, but just know it's all BS, people. I'll talk to you later. And don't ever forget. How about them Cowboys? Yeah, how about that, Jerry?